Okay, so we're Wednesday, May 2021, and these are Missy Luki bananas. I'll call this number 1 so you can see these have gone in about 2 months ago. Now these were just transplanted as little suckers off the other Missy Luki, so I'll go right through the garden so you can see them. Might be a bit of road noise because I'm right next to the road, and so you'll see how quickly they can develop. So there's a quick view of the whole garden, and I'll just walk up through it. And so there's a bit of everything in here. We've just put on this green rhubarb. It's amazing how often people stop and ask if they can have some rhubarb, which we're more than happy because it helps thin out because it's growing like a triffid. This is frost cloth or even white butterfly cloth. And we've just noticed that everything we put under there, regardless of whether it's to keep the white butterfly or anything else off, that it just seems to create a little microclimate. So sometimes things are getting too much sun. And if I just reach down here, you can see, and I'll just peel that back. And so yeah, that's pak choy. And if I come along here, more pak choy at a different stage. But you can see how pretty it all looks, and it's just really looking really healthy. Now we can just plant that in exactly the same ground, but the difference being when we put this cloth over it, it just absolutely is probably 50% better in terms of look and the way it grows. So there's a fig tree there, and then we've got a little an avocado, and there's passion fruit. And there is in shot there now is a Arabica coffee plant. So that was just a little tiny little top. So the berries eventually, when it gets, it'll be red. And they have them in summer. So hopefully I'll be able to pick that, roast it, and then take it down to the local coffee man and get him to roast us a coffee out of our own coffee beans. So more Missy Luki bananas. You can see how prolific they are. They're wanting to really sucker out. Now normally you'd only have 3 there. But there, and if I pan up, you'll see why we'll never have to buy another banana. So there's a big bunch of bananas, and if I scan over just a little bit, there's another big bunch, and then over here again there's another big bunch. Okay, so I've walked up to the next tier of the garden, and you'll see where I've come up. There's a set of stairs here. So those are those bananas there, the back of them, which I showed you all the things. So we've just got a set of stairs that go in. And so it's a lovely little platform, and up we go. So it's like a little magical little walk through, and this is to make it really easy to walk through. And up there another set of stairs. Here's an avocado tree. That's been in there 3 years, and it took a little while to struggle. It's right next to this huge big Norfolk pine. And so I think the pines possibly put off something that a lot of trees don't like, but it's starting to get its legs or its feet down now. So we're starting to see some real growth out of it. Okay, another fig tree, it's there. And this is a little arbor which we had the passion fruit growing over, so they pretty much went from where the fig tree was right along that vine, which was stripped off, over this arbor and down. And there's some more bananas. So you can see that one there's got a tiny little flower on it. These are Cavendish bananas, and they're a little bit smaller. And if you look up there above the flower, you can see the bananas. Okay, so we're on the top tier of the garden, so I'll just walk through the bananas, and I'll try to keep this steady. And we get into the citrus. So we've got a couple of lemons and limes. And so this is just a little walkway through here, which everything's starting to ripen up. Now we've got raspberries and all that canes along here, and to the left of me as well, they're right through here, so they're another great amazing crop. Big mammoth feijoa. It's either mammoth or Apollo, so it has absolutely huge feijoas, which is lovely. Wandering on through the big cherry tree, so the birds are beating us to most of those, but hopefully next year. another fig tree just here in front of me, which is just starting to lose its leaves. And then we get into another part of the garden, which we've got apples and pears and different things expaled along the retaining wall. A peach tree here, and just to the left of it there, I walk down these other set of stairs, which is another way down into the garden. We'll see where it all started with the bananas. One little plant, and they've just absolutely grow like triffids. So wherever you put them, make sure you want them there. Okay, so I'm walking back out of the garden now, and up we go, and you'll see the familiar sight of the passion fruit. I get out of here, so there it is, right across the driveway, and the rock retaining wall. Now, it was interesting to look at photos of about 4 years ago. There was absolutely nothing in this wall, and so they just put in the succulents and it's just filled the whole wall out, so it looks quite pretty. And it's a quick trip of the garden, so I'll try and update that, and so we can see just how those bananas go.